Hello and welcome to Making Connections 1. So the first part of this is to explain which lab we read in those. And so I wrote down, so far 3 weeks into this course, well, as long as it's been going on for, I really did like the first lab the best. Having to work as a group to find an experiment that actually, like, you can record the data and, like, kind of do it in person, like, it's more hands-on. Our group, I had this, I kind of on my own was like, oh, let's do this. But it wasn't a way to find specific data. It was just like a general sense data. But like talking as a group, we were able to figure out, what is an experiment that we can actually record data at home on our own, and then work together and, see whose data, just see everything. And so I really like that. I still believe that the other virtual labs are very helpful. Like, having the virtual lab is a nice way to, like, fill in for not being in an actual lab. I think being in an actual lab is something that, like, is hard to replicate on its own, because you, like, have everything there and you have to, like, grab this and grab that and interact with everything around you. And I think it's also easier in the sense of remembering what each little thing does compared to a virtual lab where you kind of like, oh, okay, I just click and drag that or do this and that and observe whatever, which I still enjoy it. But yeah, that's why I like the first one better, just compared to all that other stuff. And so a way to connect the functions of DNA to my daily life. So what I wrote was that, so one way that DNA has a connection to my own life is through a DNA test kit from 23andMe. And I really like that 23andMe test kit. I think the ability of what they offer and like what they offer, what they kind of like the information they give you is a huge benefit compared to these other things. I mean, I haven't heard of, I'm sure there's other ones. I know there's like Ancestry.com. I don't think they do DNA stuff. But yeah, it's a DNA kit, and basically what happens, I think there's multiple ways to do it. You can like submit different stuff. The way I did it was a little like spit tube, and so you like saliva into the tube. It's gross. And you ship it out, and then like a couple months, a couple weeks later, you get your results back. And I was surprised. I'm gonna see if I. Anyway, after pulling up my 23andMe, it shows all your ancestry and everything. It's really crazy how like accurate and stuff it is. I mean, it shows like Neanderthal ancestry, maternal, I don't even know how to say that, paternal, what, like, it's kind of crazy. It shows, I thought my whole life I was 50-50 Polish and Italian. Turns out I'm like 76% Italian and like 13% like British, and then like maybe 3% Polish. Like, I never would have known that at all. I think the really cool thing that makes it so different and like crazy how DNA like just does work in your life, I guess you never think of, besides like where you're from and being able to track that, it shows like your heart health, your sleep quality, your carrier status. You'll find out how your DNA may affect your body's response to diet, exercise, and sleep. I didn't even know this. Do traits, explore the genetics behind your appearances and sense. It is able to tell you everything. That's like a code that just they're able to unlock and show about you. And so DNA really does affect so many parts of your everyday life. I mean, like, I would have never thought that my DNA could show me how to, like, my body would respond to a certain diet or certain exercises or sleep. I mean, my alcohol flush reaction is I'm unlikely to flush, so the alcohol's sitting there, which isn't good. And I'm less likely, it's likely to consume less caffeine in order to do all this stuff. I mean, like, less likely to be a deep sleeper. That is so true, and it's something I struggle with, and I just never even thought of that this would all be like presented to me. I mean, it shows everything: lactose intolerant, muscle composition, common in elite power athletes. If only I tried, I would be crazy. My sleep movement is likely more than the average person, and I actually recently got a concussion because I hit my head on my wall while I was moving in my sleep. Fun times. I mean, it's crazy how DNA is affected in your everyday life, and how you don't even think about it until something like 23andMe really shows you your like genetic code and where you're from and what you're more predisposed to and everything. It's really crazy. Yeah, this was Making Connections 1.